two different ways. You can use the scale drawing or use SOHCAHTOA. If we're going to use the scale drawing, we might say 1 centimetre is 2 times 10 to the 3 newtons, and then draw a nice scale diagram. So we've got 8 going that way, so I suppose that would be 4 going along this way. And our vectors need to add tip to tail. So 4 centimetres going along that way, and then 3 centimetres going down the way. And we'll make sure that they're adding tip to tail, so that one was going that way and that one is going down the way. In which case, let's fill in our resultant is the hypotenuse of the triangle down this way, just to make it look a wee bit different. I'll use a dotted line. And well, our north line always goes up the way, and eventually we'll need to use that. Well, over this way we've got, this is actually 8 times 10 to the 3, and this is 6 times 10 to the 3. If you're doing it by Pythagoras, then you don't need a scale diagram. Let's say that this is c for Pythagoras, so c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So c squared equals what? Well, that's 8 times 10 to the 3 squared plus 6 times 10 to the 3 squared. So c is going to be equal to the square root of all that, but let's do that first. Wee bit awkward to put in the calculator, so let's put it in brackets. We've got 8 times 10 to the power of 3, so you can use cubed, I suppose, if you want, or do this whole second log, like that, times 10 to the power of 3, and that's squared, plus 6 again times 10 to the power of 3 squared. Add them together, we get this huge number here. So c is equal to, what's the square root of all of that? But we'll write that down just now. So 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So c is equal to the square root of all of that. So let's do that. Square root of the answer, alpha and equals to give you the answer button. That is 10,000. Or c is 1 times 10 to the 4 newtons. Equally, you could just measure that. So you've got this starting there, going down to here. Well, it's 5 centimetres long, so 5 centimetres would be 5 times our scale, 2 times 10 to the 3, which is 1 times 10 to the 4 newtons. Either way, it's the same. The direction of the resultant force, well, here's our north line up here. Our direction, we're going to do it as a bearing measured clockwise from north, so that's our angle. Either you can do it using SOHCAHTOA, and that's okay. You can find out what this angle is in here using tan. That would be our opposite, and this would be our adjacent. Or you could just use a protractor and measure that whole angle there. Once you've used tan, think about what you need to do. Well, this thing up here is 90 degrees. If you've worked at that little angle in there, and we know that that little bit is 90, well, what do we need to do? We need to add them.